Hello and welcome back to LFC Online. As you can see, it's me again, Harold, Lord Harold to some. I'm here with another video. This time I'm here to announce and here to welcome the one and only Ibrahima Konate from RB Leipzig. If somehow you have no idea what's been happening in the last few days at Anfield, Liverpool have just signed a 22-year-old centre-back. Elite centre-back, I'm going to call him, well, elite attributes anyway, and I'm going to break down exactly what that deal entails and how exciting it is for us as a club. So, Ibrahima Konate, who is this guy? So news broke a bit earlier in the season, I think it was about March times, about Liverpool triggering a release clause, but you know how a release clause rather, but you know how it goes with these transfers. Clubs are always trying to avoid any sort of penalties or fines they can have in terms of player transfers. I think we've been scarred in the past, particularly how we've dealt with particular players. But yeah, anyway, Ibrahima Konate it did leak a little bit earlier, but we have officially signed him. We triggered a £35 million release clause, which I think is cheap as chips, or it could be as cheap as chips, depending on how good he turns out to be. Ibrahima Konate arrived in RB Leipzig in 2017 from a French side called Sochaux. I don't know how to pronounce it so well. My French isn't the greatest. It's been a while since I did GCSE French. But he arrived in 2017. He's played about almost 100 games for the German team, and he used to partner a man, well, I say used to, just as far as this season, partnered with a man called Ibrahima Konate, who, as we know, is going to sign over to the German giants Bayern Munich. So it was always a duel or a juster between both Ibrahima Konate and Konate. I think there was a lot more hype around Ibrahima Konate. However, since watching him, particularly against us and against Man United in the Champions League last season, I think you can see that he's a bit more like Fofana. So, and I use Fofana as an example, as a young defender who I'm watching recently. Very front-footed, very overzealous, a lot less measured, which is obviously the kind of things we give Van Dijk that a lot of praise for, right? Which it can be good, obviously, if your success rate is fairly high. However, a lot of the time it results in the detriment of his team. But anyway, I'm not here to lessen the qualities of Ibrahima Konate. I'm more to bring up the qualities of Ibrahima Konate. Standing at 6'4", 22 years old, like I've mentioned, he seems like the all-round package. He's got that PMP. You don't know what PMP is? Pace and power. It is key for a Premier League footballer, regardless of where you play on the field. Even our goalkeepers need some PMP, as we saw from Ali's header against West Brom the other week. He looks like he could emerge into something quite great. Obviously, when you partner alongside, in my opinion, I think a lot of people's opinion is the best centre back in the world, and definitely the one best I've ever seen play football. In Virgil van Dijk, your levels go up a certain amount, right? Like the most I could play alongside Virgil and actually look like an adequate footballer. I'm not great, so it just goes to show that the level's there. But I think Konate on his own is actually a very good player. So I'm really keen to see him alongside a Virgil van Dijk, and also just push Joe Gomez a little bit more. Obviously, we have a Matip. We've obviously in the past had a Lovren. We've got Phillips. We've got Phillips now. We've got Reece Williams coming through, obviously coming from Kidderminster. But as far as elite level, as far as top-notch quality centre halves, this has been a priority that we've needed for years. In all honesty, if you ask me, even from before Lovren left us last year, so or two seasons ago now, I guess I can say, it's been coming, and I'm eager to see how this spurs on Joe Gomez, because earlier in the season we saw Trent Alexander-Arnold maybe not playing so well. Maybe that's resulted in what made Southgate drop him from the national side. Unrightly so, in my opinion. It's actually started to rain a bit, which is insane. So made him drop him from the national side, which is unbelievable in my honest opinion. However, you did see a fire reignite in his belly, and that's something that's so key, because when you have bless him, Nico Williams playing as your backup right back, or maybe a James Milner, or even a Fab played there for Monaco way back in the day at right back. You know, the position's not really under any threat. Easy for me to say. Naturally, when you have competition, they feel like, you know what, every day I need to come and give my all. You feel like you play just that bit better. So I'm eager to see how Gomez and Konate feed off each other. There's been talks of all three of them playing, so Virgil, Konate and Joe Gomez, see how that works out. Obviously Matip is there, but he's a bit more injury prone. I think he's a quality centre-back in my honest opinion. I think he's absolutely amazing. But he just doesn't play enough. He just doesn't play enough. He's great to watch, but I dare Premier League strikers or European strikers to try and get in behind us. The other week I was laughing my head off at the fact that Chris Wood was playing on the shoulder of our defenders. That is mind-boggling to me. He has never been blessed with any pace, so I can't believe what I saw. But anyway, I dare any striker, even the likes of the quickest that we have in the league, the Sterlings, the Vardys, I guess Aguero back in the day, or anyone who's quick, I dare you to try and get in behind our centre-halves. Adama Traore, the Wolves winger, I dare you. You ain't going nowhere. So I'm so excited to see him in action. I'm so impressed at how quickly we made the move. And on top of that, he is something as we call, something that I praise Genie for. As Genie leads, he is dripped out, right? So I'm going to teach you a little bit of something here. Yeah? So what dripped out means is that he dresses well, right? He looks the part, he plays the part. He's got his hair is always nicely shaped up. He just looks like calm, composed, quality. Like, that's what I'm here for. Off the field and on the field, I guess that's my own personal preference, but it's just good to see a young black man doing so well for himself, especially. So yeah, I'm keen to see those Kareem Benzema-esque type videos. If you're a Twitter football fan, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But most importantly, I'm keen to see him on the pitch. Welcome, Ibrahima Konate. You're going to be a success, mate. £35 million, no installments, paying it all in one lump sum, which is unlike us. But yeah, let's see how we go from here. Going forward, I think James Pearce from The Athletic came out and said, like, that's one great move now, but like we all agree, me and my friends and some of the people in my podcast, Copper and Fracas, agree that the job's not done. We need to go back in and we need to sign some more players. We know the job's not over, but in order to do that, we need to sell some deadwood. Some players on our side that just don't play so much anymore, who when they play, maybe they're not so effective. Shaqiri, Origi, possibly one of us at the halves who was so good last year, are probably going to leave us. Genie's going, as we know. Naby Keita, what's going on there? So it's time for us to sell some of the players that are not adding anything to our squad and actually have a bench who we can rely on and who can do well. So that's it, guys. Ibrahima Konate, welcome to Liverpool. I'm excited for what you're going to do next. Mate, look at the defence, look at us. We're so good, we're so good. Champions League football guarantees you so many good things, like Ibrahima Konate, which I think he would have come anyway. But anyway, guys, I've been Harold, this has been LFC Online. Subscribe if you enjoyed the video, like it also if you did. Comment down below, I'm eager to see who you guys think that we should have signed as well. Obviously we missed out on, we didn't miss out, we also linked to Coletta Carr, we also linked to Pau Torres from Villarreal, these type of guys. So it's just good to see us making moves for one of the most hot prospects in Europe. And we did it in May. It's May, mate. This is unbelievable. So yeah, well done, Red Men. I'm excited to see how you play. Love and peace, as always. God bless. Goodbye.